Welcome to the show, and here are your hosts, the diabolical Elite Gaming Guru, the illustrious Red Dead Panda, and the Australian stud Ashtray Gaming. So let's get this party started. Shit.
All right, can anyone hear me? Anybody at all? See, this is the sort of shit I'm talking about. Why is there no audio? Desktop audio. I don't think...
Hello, hear me? All right. Yes. Yeah, you can hear us now, Dirk. Yes. Yeah. Let's start from scratch. Episode 70. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Red Dead Pandas. She's got herpes, I think it is today. She gets a lot of these. I don't know where she picks them up from. She goes to a lot of bars and clubs. But that's another story. Water blasting she does, yeah. We got in the chat. We've got Tryhard Fan. Hello, Tryhard Fan. State of Play. Yes, we will be covering State of Play. Other Zinc, Mallow Other Zinc. Welcome back. Yes, and to cover your comment in my recent video, I replied. Please reply because I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Welcome, Dauntless, and we've got the fantastic Dirt Quickity Dirt. Right, we're trying to get Legal, the new Legal. I've now got him in the in our thingy. Can you see him? He's in our thing. How do I invite him in now? So we're having a few problems because he's trying to get him via his phone. I'm trying to invite him into our team chat.
I sent him the link, so he should just be able to click on the link.
Right.
And
it just message him.
It should let him in. So I'm not
Anyway,
sure.
welcome to episode 70. While I message him, Ashtray, what have you been playing, you naughty boy?
Leeds, always a pleasure. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's morning over here where I am. Nice and early on a Saturday morning. What have I been playing? I've been playing a little bit of everything, as always. A bit of Fortnite, of course. A little bit of Sea of Thieves, of course. Been jumping into that new game. Is it Metal Hellsing? With that heavy metal music. It's like an FPS. It's kind of like Bright Memory Infinite mixed with Doom. Is sort of the way I would sort of describe it. It's pretty fun. The music's fairly good. Controls and mechanics are fairly good too. So yeah, I've only played probably about half an hour of it, but it's pretty good. Don't mind it at all. So check it out. I was just playing it via the cloud. You can download it. I think it's only like 15 gigs, so it's not going to be a huge game. I've also been playing some Terminator Resistance, among a few other things. So yeah, keeping busy with some gaming and work, of course. So here we are anyway for the episode 70. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As Elite mentioned before, Red Dead Panda has some sort of STD, and we wish her all the best. Hope that clears up for next week. Now, before they start any rumors, by the way, I will be off next week. I'm not getting anything done. I'm just taking the show off. Yeah,
we're gonna say shit away.
No, I'm getting in before so people know it's whatever you guys say is a lie.
Because they're gonna believe you over us.
Of course they will. I'm Australian.
So yeah. So what you having done then? Just what you making out you're gonna have done?
What am I making out? No, I'm gonna take my boy to karate because he's gonna miss out on a whole lot of lessons this week.
You can take your imaginary boy to imaginary karate. Like karate's a thing.
You're making
another word you just made up. Yeah, another word you just made up. Karate. Like we're supposed to believe that exists.
I like it. I like it a lot. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what's happening with New Legal. He's a part,
he's in that chat.
He's a part of the server, but he's not in the voice channel. So
how do you invite him in?
Well,
he's chatting to us.
I can't hear it.
No, he's in. He's talking in our channel, and he's online. I don't know why you just don't join us. No, we've invited. So he's in the channel.
I can't see him in the channel.
He's messaged. Look at scroll down the messages. He's messaged. Hello.
Oh, okay. Well, he just needs to go to the voice channel and click on general.
I know. Yeah, I know. I don't know why he's not. If you're listening legal, just click on join channel.
Yeah.
I'll message him. Click on join channel.
I don't know.
Yeah, do it me. Well, I've been playing. I'll tell you what I've been playing. I downloaded a bunch of new games.
Bullshit.
Ha-ha.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Smell my cheese. Yeah, I have been doing that. So, we've got the blue in the chat. The blue one. The blue. Right, yeah, so I've downloaded. Right, I've not played it yet, but I downloaded Niku Kiku G.
Right. I've never heard of it. What kind
of game? I've never heard of it. I'm sure Tryhard can tell us all about it, but I've downloaded that because they got a lot of hype and was, yeah, apparently a really good game. Looking at the picture, it looks like a 1980s anime with just young kids. Okay. But I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah. Sounds dodgy.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Because it got rave reviews. I've also downloaded and started playing. Oh, what's it? Phoenix Rising. No, is it Phoenix Rising?
Yeah. Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Immortals Phoenix Rising, yeah. So I downloaded yesterday and I played that for an hour. It's okay. It's okay.
That's right.
Hey. Can y'all hear me? Yes, we can hear you, man. We can hear you.
Okay,
welcome.
Yeah, welcome. I may not be on the screen, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm glad to be here with you guys, man. Thank you.
That's right.
Thanks for coming, man.
It sounds like it sounds like you joined us from the moon. That's cool.
Oh, there he is up on the screen.
Oh, am I?
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yep, your avatar's up there.
I'm trying to. Oh, my avatar's up. Okay,
yep.
good.
Yeah, man.
Okay. I can't see it because I'm on my phone and I'm driving from work to home, so I can't see anything.
Oh shit.
Man, that's all right, man.
That's all good, man.
we just doing our intro. So I'm just going through games we played. I've just played that multiple Phoenix Rising. I thought it was all right. Yeah, I'll give it another hour or so. But it seems like it's going to be very slow going and dragged out. You know me, I don't like playing single player games, so I'm already like, oh. But I also downloaded. There's a fighting game on there. I ain't got my Xbox on right now. It's in front of me. I ain't got it on. Has anyone seen that fighting game that's on there? It almost looks like, what's that? What, a Sifu that come out the PlayStation.
Are you talking about Midnight Fright Express?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you played that?
Yeah, I played some of it.
Is it good?
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all, actually.
So I've downloaded that and I was playing that for 5 minutes. And I was quite enjoying that. Actually, I thought, yeah, this is all right. This is quite fun. It's almost like John Wick kind of thing. You just go around just battering blokes and just beating crap out of people.
What game is this?
Midnight Fight Express.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of 2.5D, sort of hack and slash, run and gun type of stuff.
Right. It's just a straight up fun experience.
Yeah.
Straight up fun experience. Right. I got you.
So I was playing, as I said, I was playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, got tired of that, and then started playing this, and I found this much more enjoyable. So I think I'll probably run through that game and complete it. It's quite, it's my kind of game. It almost reminds me of like, what's that game on the Switch that came to the Xbox?
The Zelda, never mind.
Pedro, my friend Pedro. It reminds me kind of that, but sort of in a different way. But it's good.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That same kind of mechanic, yet my friend Pedro's side scrolling.
But it's that. But it's that. It's a what's the view when you look sort of from a top view? Is it 4D?
No, that's like 2.5D. It's because it's on that sort of angle looking down.
Yeah, and it's quite brutal. As we've got Try Hard in the chat. He's talking about that. Yeah, that game's got in there. Dangon Perompa. I got nothing. That's in there as well. That's got in there. There's a. We'll get into the TGS later.
What's Legal been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing, Legal? What are you up to? Tell us all about your life.
Oh, I've been playing a little bit of Ascent. I got back. Excuse me if y'all hear traffic. Forgive me.
That's all good, man.
I've been playing a little bit of Ascent. With my friend Jizzle Gaming, because of course the DLC, and I've been playing a little bit of the other one. Oh man, I'm so tired right now. Shadow of War. I went back to Shadow of War because I never really finished it, and I was like, you know what, I'm going back to that because I got burnt out because I did like The Witcher 3, and then I did what was it? The first one? What was it? What was the first one? Not Shadow of War. It was the other one.
Mordor?
Yeah, Mordor. I beat those two and I got burnt out. I started playing Shadow of War and I just got tired. I was like, man, I'm going to something else. And so I went back. To be honest with y'all, man, I'm dibbling and dabbling. I've been playing some shoot 'em ups. I'm just dibbling and dabbling.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just trying to take care of some back catalog games, basically. That's all I'm doing. I'm not really sticking in one game right now.
Yeah, I'm a lot like that.
I'm
actually,
all over
man.
the place.
Yeah, I do the same
Yeah, I'm
thing.
all over the place right now.
I jump in and out of different games all the time.
Right, I'm all over the place. I bought my son the championship edition for 2K. It was his birthday, so I gave him the Michael Jordan version. He's been playing that, but I haven't played it with him yet. But yeah, man, for the most part, I'm just dibbling, dabbling right now. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I want to play Scorn, man. I want to see Scorn. I want to see it, man. So I got a little ways to go before I see those games. But I was watching. Good thing y'all asked me because I was watching Major Nelson's podcast today, and I liked it. It was good. But Jeff on the show was talking about how he was getting some back catalogs done, right? But it was what Jeff said. He says, I'm trying to get this stuff done because he told everybody, he was like, if you don't catch up now or get caught up when 2023 hits, you're not going to catch up. And that's what he said out on that podcast. Man.
Yeah, well, he's not wrong.
I can only imagine. Right, I can only imagine, man. So if you got little fun games like Ashtray was talking about, go on and play them. Beat those games, get them on out of the way because the serious games, there's going to be so many of them. We're not going to have time. And that's good, though, because that'll even be more fun. You got enough games to just keep you busy whenever you want.
Exactly. Yeah, there's so many games coming to Game Pass soon. I mean, even as of this month, there's still games going to be dropping towards the end of the month next week. So October's going to be jam-packed. And then, that's just going to keep rolling and rolling from there.
You're right. You're right, man. October's going to be jam-packed. It's going to be crazy.
So
crazy.
Leading on for that, let's get straight because I want to cover state. Probably get into our main topics. I want to cover state of play and TGS Tokyo Game Show. So let's start with state of play. Right. So did anyone watch the state of play. Did anyone watch that?
I didn't.
What?
You know,
My boy
sadly,
Legal
I
did.
did.
He released.
Yeah,
He
I didn't
did.
have nothing to do,
He loved
and I'm
it.
gonna tell you what I did first. Look,
He loved it.
you know what I did
He
first?
sold his Xbox. He watched it, sold his Xbox.
Right. You know what I know it right. You know what I did? You know what I did first? This was torture. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm telling y'all the truth right now, man. I messed around and watched the Nintendo one first, and I'm gonna be serious. I said it on mine. I think I'm gonna say it on yours too, on y'all's. And I don't know, man. I don't see myself buying another Nintendo, man. I not until they bring some games that I know I love about Nintendo, because it was all JRPGs, man. Like 95% of them. There was no diversity. Now there's nothing wrong with JRPGs. You like them, but I can't play, and they look like little mobile games, man. It was sad to me, man. It really was. I saw Bayonetta, and then I saw a Mario game, and then of course that Zelda game. It was 3 games that wasn't like that, and I was just like, I can't do it, man. I'm done. And then like what, some hours later, State of Play came up, and I'm just sitting there watching it, man. And it's like, if y'all didn't watch it, you're not missing anything. It's almost like it was like Nintendo almost. And then at the end, it gives you the God of War. And then right when you thought that was it gives you those Japanese titles, which one of those Japanese games are exclusives, and Sony picked up a nice little exclusive Japanese game. I won't lie on that. The other one, of course, you know now that all those games are exclusive on PlayStation. You know when it's on State of Play, so you have to wait until the show's over to find out they're not all exclusive. You know how Sony is, man.
Oh yeah.
So I thought it was 2 exclusives. I did. I thought it was 2 exclusives. Guru and Ashley. I was like, well, damn, Sony picked up 2 exclusives. And then I come to find out the one that Sega isn't. So I was like, oh, Sony back to their smoke and mirror tricks again. Okay. So, I mean, if I had to grade it, a 63. You know, it's not something. Yeah, it wasn't something. If you're not gonna watch it, you're actually missed out on anything, man. You knew they were gonna show God of War. Down in the comic section, people rather wanted to see Spider-Man. That was the funny part. They were down there like, "Where's Spider-Man? Where's Spider-Man? Where's Spider-Man?" So,
Wow,
hey, man,
they're out of touch for that, because that's not going to happen for a while now. In
For
regards
a
to
while.
exactly in regards to the God of War trailer, I saw a ton of hype on Twitter about it. How did you actually perceive it? What did you think of it?
If I was a Sony fan, I'm hyped. You know, I'm hyped because what do I expect? You know, what do I expect? So they're looking forward to that game because that's the one that's going to pretty much be the game for their year, because we know Forbidden West didn't do anything. We know Gran Turismo 7 didn't do anything. So this is their big swing. So I expect huge numbers, man. I'm not gonna lie. I expect 3.5, maybe 4 in a week, and then as usual, within a month, we're not hearing about it anymore. And we know this is gonna happen, right? We know it. But here's the thing that I'm looking for. I'm looking to see, and as Guru, I could be wrong, because don't underestimate Khan. Don't underestimate Tales of Requiem. Innocent Plague. Was it Plague? Tales of Requiem, right? Don't underestimate these games, because gamers today want something new. They want something new, and they just got to prove to us, man, that they're willing to buy these exclusives. And I think God of War, they have a point to prove. It's going to be one of those games where they have a point to prove, so they're going to come out here right now because they're worrying about Sony, right? And they want to show Sony that they support them 100%. So expect huge numbers, man, but don't expect nothing out of the ordinary when they're not talking about it in about 3 to 4 to 5 weeks, man.
Yeah.
Expect that.
Yep. Well, we've seen it in the past, haven't we? So we'll probably see that
Right.
again.
Yeah, that's the common trend. So until you prove us wrong, expect that.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, the Deathloop for us comes out 20th of this month.
Amen.
Plague's Tale Requiem 17th of October. Scorn
Amen.
20th of October, unless that gets pushed again, but I doubt it. Pentium 14th of November. High on
Crazy.
Life 12th of December, and that's just
Can't
picking
wait.
out a few of the bigger names amongst all the other games that are coming out. I mean, Slime Rancher 2 is coming out next week. I know a lot of people don't care about that, but I do because I play it with my son, and we had a lot of fun with it. So there's still a lot of games that have already been announced that they haven't spoken about since that are still coming out among all that. So yeah, we've got heaps coming, and we do need something like a God of War ourselves, which we still won't see for some time. But again, we're happy, man. We're eating over here. We've got heaps of games to play, tons of them.
Yeah, that's why I'd like to jump in because I want to first cover the state of play, right? Because I've just been talking to Tryhard in the chat. I don't know if anyone's been paying any attention whatsoever. Yeah, I've been talking to Tryhard. I think I kind of disagree. I don't think it wasn't their best show, but I miscommunication there. It wasn't their best show because I think their best show was 2017. Their state of play was their best state of play. However, their state of plays have been awful. So I don't think this is like, I don't think you can give it a 10 out of 10 because it's the best state of play. Because you have to be honest, try hard here. Their state of plays have been awful. They've been really bad.
Yeah, they're consistent. Right. They're consistent.
And the reason why I wouldn't give this a 10 out of 10 as well is because while watching it, I thought, yeah, this is good. But what they tend to do, I've seen Sony are quite clever. Like they have a lot of dross. They have a lot of I don't know if it is dross a universal term. It's nothing. They have a lot of nothing for the majority of the show, and then the last 5-10 minutes they will just pack it with all the decent stuff. They will just throw it in at the end. So it builds your hype. So the last thing in your memory is the last thing they showed. It's like, oh yeah, there's this. But you seem to just forget what the first 20 minutes was just nothing, and then the last 5 minutes was great, and people just remember the great. So I mean, they showed VR titles which no one's talked about. Nobody's talked about the VR stuff they showed. And they showed a load of other titles no one's talked about. And there's only 3 games that people have targeted really is God of War, which looks great. It looks great, and I'm sure, and because people, I'll put it on Twitter, people are doing comparisons, Starfield, God of War, polls and stuff. I don't know why people are still comparing these 2 games. You can't compare the 2 games.
Yeah, they can't, and they're hurting.
And that was my point. I said yes, graphically, God of War is graphically better than Starfield, but in the scope and size and everything else, Starfield wins hands down. You know, you can't compare to 2 games, they're completely different games. So
you know what it is, Astray? You are 100% correct. Because here's what the breakdown is. You're right. No,
that was elite, by the way.
Yeah, you're amazing, Astray.
No, Starfield is a game that's not trying to focus all on graphics. Because if we play Starfield and all we're looking at is graphics, we're not paying attention to what we're doing in the game. Okay, this is a space community freelance game where we can steal spaceships, steal loot, battle each other, run around, blow up other people's ships and take off. So they're stuck on the planet, have to rebuild and stuff. A totally different aspect of video game. As God of War is a walkthrough game, right? So you're going to be walking through the game and you're going to be paying attention to the story. If you don't believe me, just go on YouTube, right? Type in God of War walkthrough. Hit part 1, and you're literally not going to do anything for 15 minutes. All right? That's the difference, because that type of game is going to focus on all the details, the give you the movie cinematic thrill, and they want you to be looking at the graphics and stuff because you're going to have time to. You're going to have plenty of time to look at the trees and the grass and, the leaves and stuff. Starfield, it's action packed. We're not sitting there like, oh, just take the scenic route and, oh, look at this and look at that all through the game. We actually got some things to do from the jump. It's not a movie cinematic driven game. So that's why comparing those 2 games literally don't make no sense at all.
Exactly. Fully agree with that.
So I agree. So I just wanted to just carry on point. I mean, Dalton said, I guess if you hate Japanese games, then yeah, it wasn't good. I don't know if you're referring to State of Play or the Tokyo Game Show. In that comment, Dalton sort of yes. Just say what you're referring to. And just while we're here, I just want to highlight I got quite a couple of new people. Got Ariel in the chat and Good Box. Hello, Good Box. So
My
and
man, good box in the building.
and we've got
Did you say Ariel? Did you say Ariel?
Ariel, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ariel
Shout out to Ariel too.
I know, yeah. And Boba Fett, where's Red? Red, yeah, she's got syphilis. Right,
Again, by the way, again.
again,
This guy-
yeah, all over.
this guy's funny. This guy's-
I don't know what's wrong with the girl.
we wish Red Dead Panda. We wish Red Dead Panda a speedy recovery, and we miss you, girl. Get well soon.
She got it. She got it from Mackie D's, apparently. So. Oh, but I should have said that now. We'll be under some sort of legal. Anyway, so what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so State of Play. Yes, I think State of Play is good. Yeah, God of War good. But as Tryhard said, yes, this is where you see the difference between next gen and current gen. Is that
There you
I
go,
don't
brother.
think the game is great, but it doesn't look. It doesn't look next gen. It looks
No.
last gen. And
Yeah.
I think all the bells and whistles you're throwing it and the stuff they're throwing to it is not. And all the PlayStation fanboys going, "Oh, it looks amazing." Yes, it looks great game, but it doesn't look next gen. And I think when you actually see
Right.
next gen games being shown, you can see a
Right.
clear difference when you see your Stalker 2s, when you see your Hellblades 2s, and as you said, when you see your Tekken 8s, you can see a clear definition between current gen really and last gen. And God of War does look last gen, and I think that's the only thing that might hold it back. And it's when it gets scored, even though the PlayStation
that's
fanboys
true.
say it's biased. That's good. I think those kind of things that hold it back, as well as it probably being repetitive and stuff like that, and sort of I don't want to say more of the same, but sort of more of the same.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, my main, I mean, they showed Tekken 8 as well, which Tekken 8. But my worry about State of Play was we've still not seen a roadmap for PlayStation. We didn't see any
Nope.
new first party games. And that's so I can say try hard. That's why I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I would give it 10. I give it about a 7 out of 10. I would give it higher because I never give anything a 10 out of 10 anyway. Even Xbox shows wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 anyway. So don't stop the bias. But I would rate it higher if they showed more first party. I'm still concerned about PlayStation's first party studio, what they're developing, what they've got. We know they've got Spider-Man 2023, but that's all we know, and they've got Wolverine in 2024. That's if both games don't get delayed. So what's the future of PlayStation?
And you know
We know
something.
they're buying.
I was gonna say
Oh,
this
sorry.
real quick, bro. You're right. You know we haven't heard anything from Sucker Punch. Nothing.
No. Yeah, who's the guys that developed Days Gone? Is that Bend? Is that Bend Studios?
Yeah.
On chat. What was Bend Studios? Is it?
Yep.
What were they working on? Because Days Gone
Yeah.
was 27. Is that 2017?
Yeah, I thought that studio was dissolved into other studios, but maybe I'm wrong. Tryhard will know.
Is it?
Oh,
Oh,
dang.
Well, because they're definitely not making a Days Gone 2. That didn't
Right.
get
no, they got
greenlit.
turned down.
Yeah.
They wanted to.
Right.
They wanted to do it. And it sold 10 million copies, and they was told no. That's what I don't get with Sony. It sells 10 million.
No,
The last
no,
one
no,
too,
Guru. No,
sells
Guru,
10 million.
Guru,
Success.
Guru, we found out that was a lie. We as a matter of fact, on my Spaces yesterday, somebody found the report on that. And you know what's funny, Guru? The reason why we all still think that, right? Because none of these outlets ever exposed it. This guy had to find it in a column section where the developer was talking about it, man. And it had sold like 3 million,
Oh, really?
which still isn't
Really?
bad for a new IP, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not
Great
bad. It's not bad. No.
Right.
Yeah.
3 million for a new IP is good. And Sony didn't want to do it. I mean, Sony didn't want to. I think it was something he was saying, man. It was very interesting. But Sony kind of, I don't know what it was, man. I don't know for a fact that they wanted them to do something else, or they felt like it wasn't going to appeal to the fan base. It was something, man. But overall, you're right. They didn't continue it. But it wasn't because they had hit that high. They were lying about that game. That's what I'm saying. As usual, man. That's going to be the new thing, as usual. Sad, man.
Indeed. Well, 10's pretty high for a new IP, but the way it sort of all sounded, and no one, again, like you said, no one sort of fact checked it and corrected it. So we had to go on what information we had. But like you said, man, I fully agree. 3 million is still really good for a new IP. I mean, that's selling more than most new IPs. So, kudos to them still. But it's a shame that they're not making a number 2.
And Ashtray. Shout outs to him because now he's over here working for Xbox.
Oh, good.
So shout out to him. Yeah.
I just want to shout out for Tryhard. He said, I think the PlayStation website shows every first-party studio is working on what they're working on currently. They are actually, because I was in a discussion with a PlayStation fan on Twitter, and he showed me that. And if you actually look at what they're working on, there's actually several on there that are not working on it. You got Polyphonic they just said they're working on GT7 updates.
Polyphony.
That's what. Polyphony, yeah. that's all they're working on. That's just said. It literally just says GT7 updates. You look at three or four of the others. It just says they're just supporting the other studios.
Right.
And then
there's a lot of that going on.
That is their job. Yeah, a lot of them they're just supporting other studios. Then you've got others that are working on games that like Santa Monica God of War, which is out this year, and then you've got Naughty Dog that are just doing the factions and things, and Insomniac obviously doing. But there's no real sort of meat and bones to anything. We've not seen anything they're working on. It's just like, if you actually look at it, it's just they're saying stuff like, we're working on a new game, and that is it. What's the new game? Nothing. We just work on a new game. Okay. Well, we assume that all the studios are working on something because they are working on something.
But you said something.
You need some meat, some bones to it.
That's right. Because you said some Guru, which was the key word.
Yeah.
Roll. No. It was 10 games. Damn, they could not tell us. Not even 10.
Nah. So that's not really a roadmap. Yeah. If I had a bunch of employees and I said to them, right, guys, what are you working on? They just said to me stuff. They just wouldn't do it for me. Yeah, we're working on this.
Right.
What's that? Yeah, just stuff. Don't worry about it. Yeah, just I wouldn't even list it. So, but yeah, state of play. Bottom line for me, just to sort of close that off. It was good, but there's just I think the lack of first party was worrying, really. And the more support for third party exclusivity, which I was really pushing. Third party exclusivity really doesn't do them favours in their argument against the ABK deal against Activision, where they're trying to sort of stop Xbox from having Call of Duty exclusive and saying it's not fair and it's going to ruin gaming exclusivity. But while they're still openly pushing exclusivity, so I don't think that's going to do them any favours. But should we quickly just move on to Tokyo Game Show? So I just want to sort of run through these because they're minor topics.
Go for it, man.
Did you watch that show? You're a fraud.
I'm a fraud. I didn't watch it either.
Nice one.
Right.
I'll take a game show. I actually thought it was on par, if not better, than State of Play. Only because this is why I was questioning Dalton this earlier, because he said, "Oh, you hate Japanese games." The Tokyo Game Show just showed Japanese games, and a load of them are going to Xbox. And it's quite shocking that there's quite a lot of games that were previously PlayStation exclusive that go into Game Pass, which I think Tryhard fan, if anyone, will be really excited about this. I mean, I think it mentioned one of them, that it's a game beginning with D. There was what else was there? The new Can Do that's going on there. You've got the Personas. They've given release dates for Persona, and I think the first one's releasing next week, and then it's trail off after that. We've got Guilty Gear. That's never been on Xbox. That's going to Xbox. Starting, I think, all these this year. Had a whole. There's 40 games and there's some are exclusive to Xbox Game Pass. There was is that Wolong? They showed that Wolong, which is that's Ninja.
That's true.
Team Ninjas game, isn't it?
That's
is
right.
It Team Ninjas. There's that game's going day one to because they're saying there's no exclusives, but there is.
Right.
There's that one. And they show what's the other one? There's the one that looks like Pokemon. I can't remember. It begins with P. This is the one we need Red. So sorry everyone. We usually have Red. Red does her homework and she writes stuff on the screen and we just read what she said. Without Red, we're like just fucking idiots, right? So
speak for yourself.
It's all good, man.
You didn't watch the show, you fraud.
Yeah.
Shut your Australian mouth. Australian. What's the game beginning with P? Someone help me. Someone try hard. The game it looks like Pokemon, but it looks like a better version of Pokemon. Anyway, there's a guy. Right. It's something Friends or something like that. Anyway, they showed a bunch of games that have come to Game Pass that are not yet released. That are Japanese games and Korean games and Chinese games. I can tell the difference. I'm like that guy called what's his name, Nicky with Twitter that says you can't tell the difference between them. A stupid thing to say on Twitter. Yeah, and it looks fantastic, and it looks like Phil's just it looks like Phil's been doing his homework in Asia. He's been going around all these areas and just bringing in all these exclusives. And I'd love to hear what the chat says and stuff like that about this. Power World, that's it. Boba Fett Power World, yes, which looks quite exciting. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it looks like I think it looks better than Pokemon. It looks more like a sort of open world 3D playable version of Pokemon. So it looks really good. Everyone's saying Power World now. Yes. Okay, I've got it. You've all watched it and remember the name. Ashton, have you got anything to say about TGS?
Well, yeah. So there are a few. There's at least 8 that they've called out in an article here. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was announced.
Oh yeah, that as well. Yeah,
that's not a Japanese game. However, that is a big announcement for the fact that Origins only dropped a few months ago. Now we've got Odyssey, so I reckon Valhalla will be next. And it just seems to be more Ubisoft games coming to Game Pass, which is really cool. That one that you were trying to pronounce, I'm going to try and pronounce it as well. Danganronpa V3 Anniversary Edition. I don't know how to say that. Fuja, Melodies of Steel. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered. Obviously, we know Deathloop's coming. Dyson Sphere Program is only coming to PC, but still. Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle. That looks like it's going to be a bit of fun. And Guilty Gear Strive. So that's just 8.
Guilty Gears, man. Guilty Gears is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's true. And the shame of it is those games should have been on everybody's platforms. Those aren't games like you just take and make prisoners out of. That's the shame of it all. But it is what it is. I'm gonna have to say, be honest. Tokyo Show was better than Nintendo and PlayStation show. I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed all of it. And despite if you do end up with a Japanese game not on your console, you're still a winner because like and Asher said, there was way too many Japanese games, way too many different types of Japanese games. So I want to say this, like I said, salute to the Japanese developers. Let's put some respect on them because they was prepared and all their games look phenomenal. We've been complaining about how our games come out broken. And listen, this is a jab at the European and U.S. developers. Y'all been compared to what I saw. Y'all slouching out here, man. The Japanese developers one up y'all this time, and I mean these games are looking stellar, man. They're interesting. They make you want to feel like you want to try them out. And when I saw all those Japanese games hit Game Pass, I was wowed. I was like, man, I get to try these games out. The key word is try. We get our games, man, and they're broken. They're buggy. They're not complete. We're waiting for completions to be added. We got to do better, man, because we got to give it to the Japanese developers this time, man. They were prepared, and they came swinging, and they hitting up with grand slams. I'm just being honest. I was wild, man, but I respected it. They came with it, man. They came with it. Even that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, right? It's getting a DLC. Crazy.
Legal, do you think that this is also some sort of proof of all the effort that Phil's been putting into Japan over the last, 6 or 7 years, and now we're sort of finally seeing a bit of payoff from the Japanese and their games?
Absolutely, man. We know this, Guru and Ashtray, because hey, for those that don't know, man, these are my brothers, these are my friends, man, and excuse me. We're on Twitter, we're on social media outlets, and we're in Discord, and we look at the news and the gaming articles, and we see our Japanese comrades across the waters, and that's something we've never seen before. And I'm pretty sure Guru's been on social media longer than me. He probably got me by a few years, because I didn't get into it until about 2014. I know you was already in those social media streets before that. And I know for a fact, man, you've never seen anything like this. We're looking on Twitter, man, and I mean, that Japanese community is heavy for Xbox. It's getting to the point now that that they were not even happy about the Nintendo show. They're voicing their opinions about that. We've never seen anything like that, man. And you see the movement. You see the happiness for Xbox. We hardly ever see any Japanese gamer talking down Xbox right now. We've never seen that before. On top of the support that we saw with this Tokyo show, it's evident. The red flare gun has been shot up in the sky, right? It's the flare has been shot up, right? If you don't think that Microsoft with Xbox is expanding, if you can't see that right now, then you're blinded more than a bat with no eyes. This is proof, Guru and Ashtray, that Xbox is making noise across the waters, man. There's no way that these Japanese games are just falling on. Look, okay, I'll give you the example. Look at Scarlet Nexus, right? Last year, it was marketed by Xbox. The developer said he wanted to market on the Xbox Series X, and we all know why, because of its capabilities, right? Look at Bright Infinite Memory. What did that dev say? I wanted it to be marketed by the Series X, and I want to utilize. And they asked him why. So because this console has the capabilities that I want to utilize the best, excuse me, y'all, version of this game. And he didn't lie, did he? Excuse me, y'all. And he didn't lie, did he? When that game came out, who had the best version?
We did.
There was no parity. Right. There wasn't any. That's right. There wasn't any parity with that game. He told the truth about the consoles, and that's what he wanted to do. He says, "Hey, I'm going to tell the truth about the consoles. I'm going to work hard and deliver the best results that I can get out of each console." And it spoke for itself.
Indeed.
And, it's sad that they didn't think we could do. They didn't think a game right. Remember all the adversaries and the haters of Xbox, right? They literally. This is funny, Ashtray. This is a point for Ashtray. Ashtray. They sit up here and make fun of the capabilities, right? And say that we would never. Y'all believe in those lies that y'all gonna have ray tracing games, right? With 4K 120, or there's no way you can do that and have all these graphical designs and stuff in it, right? Mm-hmm. Now watch. Here's the irony. Here's the funny part. We just did that with an indie game.
Exactly.
And you want to know, right? And you want to know where the smack came in at? It can do 120. It's a full ray trace game, right, Guru? At 120 4K, not 120 1440p or 1080p 120, 4K, 120 max, ray tracing, all in the game. And we did it with an indie. And if you think that you're saying all legal, but you're talking about an indie game, well, you haven't seen that game then, because that game doesn't look like an indie game.
Yeah, exactly. That the graphic on that looks really, really good. I played it as well, and I've never seen anything from an indie developer that AAA looking. So yeah,
Right.
they've done a really
One
good
guy,
job.
one guy,
One guy, short game,
one
but
guy.
it
Crazy.
shows that he's used the capabilities of the console. Look, we it's a little disappointing that we haven't seen it from a first party developer yet. I mean, 343,
Right.
in my opinion, have dropped the ball. We will see it
Right.
next year, though. Obviously, with Forza Motorsport, people will
Yes.
say, "Oh, but that's a car game." But still, it's still going to show you the capabilities of what the console can do. And then as we move forward, we're going to see it more and more and more. And Hellblade's going to be one of them. Hellblade 2. So
Oh man, yes.
it's
yes.
only at the start. This gen's been real slow to take off, and we will
True.
see all of that happen soon enough. Guys, you're
Right.
listening to the Gamers Initiative podcast with myself, Ashtray Gaming, Gaming Guru. Red's not here with us. She says she's got a headache, quote unquote, but we think it's something more, that she needs to apply a cream or something to. And we've got a special guest, the new legal, the one
What
and
up?
only legal.
What up, people? It's good to be a part of the Xbox community, man. Love every last one of y'all, man.
Man, I always try and jump in and catch your shows. It's hard because I'm on the other
Same
side
here,
of the
brother.
world, man, and
Exactly.
I'm at work. But when I get a spare minute and I see you guys streaming something, I'll
Same
always
here,
try and
brother.
jump in and say
And let me
hi.
say something real quick on that. Me and Guru, man, like I always tell y'all, it wasn't like this before, man. We would stay up to like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning talking, man. It's just life now. We're working hard and it's different, and we just can't. We don't have that time like we used to. So it's always an honor, man, when you reach out to me and ask me, because he knows I don't bother him for direct gaming. He knows he has a seat. So he doesn't have to ask me. All he has to say is, hey, send me a link, man. I want to jump in. He's family. He's direct gaming, man, because he was there. He's one of those forerunners for me, man, that's always helped me. He was there even when I was jumping off on that channel. That's how I even met Red Dead Panda. I met all of them when I was working on my channel like I was. So he's always got a seat there, so I don't bother him. But
Yeah,
when he reaches out to me, I do everything I can to get on his show. I do everything I can.
Because we love it. I was just gonna say, do you want to, Ashtray? You're really good at this. You're better at me at this. You do a shout out to everyone. I just want a quick shout out to everyone in the chat. Realist, if you're still there, hello. Thanks
Oh,
for
the
joining
realist
us.
is there?
Realist, we've got the realist in the chat. Cardinino289. PlayStation fan, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, welcome. Dauntless. Hello, mate. Thanks for joining us. I'm not showing you some of your takes. The Blue, thanks for joining us. Bob Fett, it's great to have you. Try hard as always there because he's a legend. Try hard. I like Try hard. A lot of people say a lot of shit about him, but I think he's a great guy. I'm just kidding. Grey Monad. We've got C-Roll. We've got what is it? Ariel from Twitter. She goes under a different name on here. I think it's what's her face? Misha. There we go, Misha. Pyro. We've got Pyro in the chat. We've got Smitty Smith. Welcome, guys. It's great to have sort of we love to have a versatile chat.
Man, you getting some support today, brother?
Yeah, please, guys, please sub. No, firstly, please make sure you sub the panel. Make sure you please sub the panel. Just me.
We gotta get Guru to 1,000, y'all. We gotta get him to 1,000, y'all. We gotta get my man to 1,000. Help this man. Get this man. Share his shows. Get him to 1K. He just needs to get 1K. We don't need it. We just get 1K, man, and big things can happen for him.
Yeah.
Let's get him there, man. Let's get him there. Let's do everything we can.
That'd be nice. But yeah, 1K is good. Is good.
1K, bro.
But no, guys, please sub the panel. New Legal and Ashtray Gaming. Red, you can sub her. She doesn't make videos and yeah, she's not around too often.
Other Zinks in the chat too.
I was thinking here as well. You jumped in and out. We've probably got other guys that are in and out, probably listening to us waffle. Yeah, please sub and share. If you're on Twitter, just bounce it out on Twitter, guys. Come on, it's not that hard. Just throw it on Twitter. It's free. And you can do it. And drop a like. You POSs. Right. So, so takeaway.
And also,
State of play.
and if you haven't seen the last show, Guru had 10 dog on his show, man. So go.
Yeah,
So the guy, hope it helps him, man. Because listen, man, this guy's been out for a while. He's he's my dearest friend, man. One of the best, man. He cracks me up. But we gotta get him up there, man. We gotta get him up there. When we get him there, the streets become stronger. Guru is one of them. He's us, man. Our foundation, Ashtray. He's us. I'm glad they picked you up, man. I'm glad they got you on, Ashtray. And it was only right. It was only right.
Yeah, he speaks Australian, but he's all right. We've actually got a lineup now until mid-October, haven't we, of guests. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few people coming on in the future, but I think we should jump into our next topic, which is everyone heard about this at the start of the week or midweek, but I think we still need to be able to talk on it. GoldenEye 007 Remastered has been announced for Xbox, but there's a catch. The remaster is coming to the Xbox Series S and X and the Nintendo Switch, but
only.
So what's going on there? Hey, so we get couch co-op, but no online multiplayer. Apparently, it can't be done with the version that was built for the Xbox, which is interesting.
Right.
I don't know really if that's good enough, or did they really build it from the ground up? Legal, what did you hear about this?
Okay, here's my take on it.
Here we go.
It was a business deal, right? It was a business deal. Because we all know right now, as of today, right? We know that the licenses for 007 ended, right? We know that, but this is not what that ended recently. But the deal was made when the licensing wasn't ended, right? And we know that Nintendo owns the publishing to that game, right? So Nintendo has the overall power. So we're looking at this. So understand this. It's the 25th anniversary for GoldenEye, right? They know they got to do something, right? Because it's the 25th anniversary. So they probably reached out to Rare, said, hey, we would like to really commemorate the 25th anniversary for GoldenEye. I'm sorry, that was my wife and kids blowing the horn at me. Didn't know what she was. Well, I guess my oldest daughter, she's going to work, so she probably dropped her off. But sorry about that. But so they know they got to do something, right, Guru and Ashtray? So they probably reached out to Rare and said, hey, we would love to do something special for GoldenEye. You guys had created that game. It has a legendary status and a fanfare, beloved game. It's a beloved game, and we want to do something, right? So Rare was like, okay, but of course, I'm working for Microsoft. I work for Microsoft now, and Nintendo's like, yeah, look, how about we do a collaboration? We do something. And so what it is Nintendo's highly competitive. We all know Nintendo's straight out the bat can't stand Sony. So that the whole thing about why is it not on PlayStation, we already know that. That was simple. But the situation between the online was just a power move. Because think about it, Nintendo isn't going to rebuild that game and can't put that game in 4K. They can't do it at 4K 60 on the Switch. They just can't do it, right? So they decided to go with the original fanfare, which is to them dearer than to remake a new game, because they were the ones that were there when it first came out, so that makes sense. So what other thing that Nintendo could do to at least flaunt its weight around? Because I was talking to Realist and some other guys about it from Direct Gaming. I said, listen, if Xbox ended up having the remaster, so to speak, right, 4K, smoother frame rates. We don't know exactly if it's 60, but we know it's going to play better, right? And online, let's just say online, right? Not local, just pure online. Then there wouldn't be no reason to even talk about the Switch version. There'd be absolutely no reason. So Nintendo, I wasn't mad at Nintendo. I said, guys, Nintendo has to have something that makes it relevant. Hey, son, and that's online. To have it and listen, the picture is this, Ashtray Guru. It's the original, right? So it's nothing outstanding, stellar. We know how that game's going to play in 2022. So it's more of a commemorable thing. Get the nostalgia for the memories, and that's pretty much it. So the Nintendo fans are going to get the pure 1999 version, online version, while we get a new remake version, 4K, all this, and the great campaign, and then that's it. I call it even.
Yeah. So they reckon that it's a system level thing. Online multiplayer on Nintendo Switch Online is a system level feature, allowing any classic game from the Nintendo 64 library that had local multiplayer features to work online via virtualized emulation. So
yes, I was the same thing.
That's true, and it's wrong.
It was
right.
actually done via emulator. It wasn't actually
That's right.
a standard thing as emulator. So they probably just don't want to implement an emulator's modification onto a console. So that's probably
right.
just why. Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame us guys, Xbox guys, can't play some online with it. But look, let's be honest. I think that a lot of us would probably pick it up, play it for a little while, and put it down again.
That's true.
Anyway,
that's what it is.
It's more of a nostalgia hit.
Originally.
More nostalgic. That's it. That's all, man. That's all it is. Correct. Because you saw it. What's about to say, that's right. If you got the rare replay digital, hey, it's in there for free. Nobody's making a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick it. You're gonna play it for about 10 minutes and go, yeah, this is
right.
Awful.
I remember. Yeah. Right.
I did it for ship. I was saying the other day to I know it's Alex. I said because I was talking about a game. One of them playing a game, and I said, I did the same with Shenmue 1 and 2. I said they went on Game Pass, and I thought everyone's talked about these games for ages. I think it was because Shenmue 3 was coming out, and everyone's talked about it for ages. So I downloaded Shenmue 1 and 2, and I started playing and thought this is awful. This just hasn't carried well. I just deleted them. I played them both for about 5-10 minutes tops, and just delete. And I think this is what I hate about nostalgia is that some people just in their head they're thinking, yeah, I remember 40 years ago I played this game and it was amazing, and they're under some delusion that this game's still going to be amazing in their head. It's just not. It's just not. Yeah, you play it and you're just like, this is awful. And I didn't even play GoldenEye, but I can already looking at just screenshots. I'm thinking, I'd rather play Double Dragon. It already looks awful. I'm gonna play it anyway. But
that's crazy that you said that, Guru. Because I would really freak out if we got the Sega edition, right? Upgraded Sega edition of Double Dragon where it counts co-op or they made it online. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh, that would be awesome, man. Or just the arcade version. Just the arcade version of Double Dragon.
But who really? Yeah, there was a lot of hype around GoldenEye and the we're getting GoldenEye. But I think it was just that fake hype you get on Twitter because you get a lot of fake hype, and I think it was just that fake hype. Like what you get around things like Banjo and stuff. You just get these little mundane titles that this really big this game up. Everyone wants this game, but nobody really wants his games. Nobody wants those games, and I think it was just part of that sort of hype. So it's a meh.
Very good. All right, well,
lead on.
All right.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Hanging Garden, Babylon's Fall. They tweeted out an important notice during the week. Notice regarding termination of Babylon's Fall's service.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't really know anything about this game, to be honest with you, so it doesn't really mean much to me. Hanging Garden is under Square Enix, I believe. Yeah.
Oh my.
What's up?
What was
that? Nobody.
You keep cutting out, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
You're back.
I said it didn't mean much to nobody.
This is true, and this is why they're turning the servers off, right?
Yeah.
Some people are pissed though because I saw a couple of tweets saying that they just purchased the game and they're turning it off. So they want to
That's
refund.
hilarious.
And Sony's giving no refunds.
Damn.
Now, can I comment on that? Guru's like, look, illegal wants to get. You damn right. Here it
Yeah,
is.
go on, drop it. Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, he knows it. To all you donkeys out there, right, with those blue hats on that ever said any of our games are dead, but you love to talk about Crossfire X. I don't think Gas Trade. I don't hear about Crossfire X services being cut off.
Nope.
I don't hear about anything. Oh, Halo's dead. I don't hear anything about their stuff being cut off either. I think that y'all are learning what the definition of a dead game really means now. Destructive All Stars is a dead game. Babylon Fall is a dead game. Godfall. I think I need to stay away from games with that word "fall" at the end. I think it's cursed. But all jokes aside, y'all, look, we got to get back to where we're truthful about situations. We understand the culture of the console battles, the wars of who's doing what and who's not doing what. We all understand that. Me, Ashtray, and Guru understand that. We don't knock it down. We accept it. We love it. We love all. The only aspect of the gaming culture we don't like is toxicity extremists. We don't like that when you start threatening people's lives or being disrespectful, calling people names out and stuff like that. That's unnecessary. But all the rest of the stuff, I'm all for it, But y'all have to truly understand that this is a testament that the fan base of PlayStation does not play these types of games. We've been saying this. Guru's been saying this for years, man. And it's consistent. So honestly, does this shock me and Ashtray and Guru or some people in the chat room? No, it doesn't. This is just normal activity.
Exactly. Normal activity. That's exactly right. I would have thought though that maybe Guru would play it, being that it's a multiplayer game. But he's a fraud and doesn't buy games anyway.
Well, no, it was only on PlayStation, so maybe it was multi-plat. More people would have played it. It was only on PlayStation, wasn't it?
There's a good point right there.
That's how because this is what the argument is on Twitter now, is that they keep going on about games being multi-plat and sort of PlayStation fans support their games and that, and then on the back of that, this come out and it's died, and because it was exclusive to PlayStation and wasn't supported. So there's been several games this generation that have gone through the same sort of deal. I mean, Godfall. Remember Godfall? Who remembers Godfall? And there's been several games that have gone through the same, that have just come out and just because they've been exclusive have died. And so this is why when you get these third party games being exclusive, it's just not good for the developers. I don't know why they do it, and I don't know what the hope achievement. I can understand that sort of Sony or whatever pay as a proportion, sort of just for sort of a win for that moment. Sort of make this game exclusive for a year, but it's at the end of the day, it's not a win, and the developers probably looking at the sort of the ready cash, thinking yes, they're giving us X amount of money. But in the long run, I think it just killing your franchises, because when you look at the developer going forward, you just think you're not going to buy their games going forward. So I feel sorry for the developers really, because they probably put a lot of effort into that game. It's died, and I can imagine it must be heartbreaking to put a lot of effort in saying, can you release it exclusive, especially exclusive to a platform, and after a year it's dead, nobody's playing it, and you have to actually cancel it. And you probably had loads of plans for that game.
Yeah, well, they cancelled two major updates, so
yeah, exactly.
And that's all wasted work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And there's probably loads of people playing that. And I hope when this goes to the people who are trying to sort of run down the Activision deal, stuff like this goes forward. When you PlayStation's like, you can't make this. You can't. Xbox do this. They kill gaming and stuff like that. That's the whole nonsense they go with, that everything under Xbox dies. It's sort of, what about this? It's sort of so no one got to play this game. It's showing just I don't know what the deal was. It must have been permanently exclusive. It must have been the contracts. They couldn't release it multi-plat. So I imagine some of these games are only a year exclusivity, so they get to release multi-plat, which probably saved them a little bit. But this probably didn't, and it killed them. Otherwise, you would have went multiplayer, wouldn't you? You would have just died. You'd have went, right, quick, before we die, put it on PC and console or Xbox, quick. You would have done that, surely, but obviously not. So
Yeah, you would think so. So I agree with you. I don't think the deal must have been for full exclusivity.
yeah,
I mean,
the exclusivity killed them.
yeah. Well, I mean, again, PlayStation gamers aren't known for multiplayer games.
No.
That's more of an Xbox thing, and always probably will be. So
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to make a multiplayer game exclusive to one platform, especially the Sony platform. So it's a bit silly. But they accepted the deal. They accepted the terms of the contract, things like that. So
live and learn.
you live and learn. Exactly. I suppose we should jump into the ABK deal that everyone's probably sick of talking about. I know everyone's sick of it, but it's been in the news constantly all week. Earlier we know that that Meta was defending the deal, but Jim Ryan's really kind of stolen the show, and I know Legal has a lot to say on this.
Man, I did.
I'd like to hear the chat. Please chat, post in the comments below what your opinions on it. I'd like to hear, especially from any PlayStation fans like Daltonus or Tryhard, in the comments below what your opinion on it is. But yeah, go on, Legal, go for it.
Yeah, man. You're talking about the Jim situation with Microsoft, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, this is just pathetic, man. This is ultimately just straight up pathetic. And I don't know if y'all saw it. I was doing everything I could this morning to put all the firepower on my page, right?
You sound really far away, man. You sound really
okay.
Far
I'm
away.
Sorry. Can you hear me now? Can
That's
you hear
better.
me now?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's really pathetic what we are seeing, right? I did everything that I could this morning to put out the firepower that I had to muster. And if y'all get a chance, go up on the New Legals page on Twitter. And what's funny is IGN actually did a show on this with Ryan McCaffrey representing the Xbox and some other guy representing the PlayStation and the guy in the middle hosting it, right? It's messed up when you see Ryan McCaffrey basically have to just spit out the truth. Because IGN is a lot of hoopla, but it's too evident that you can't even make this comedic, right? And he said that, the question to Ryan McCaffrey, was, does Microsoft owe PlayStation anything? And Ryan McCaffrey basically said this, they paid $70 billion for this. They don't owe Sony a thing. They're almost how gracious can you feel? That Phil even added 3 more years to after the contract deal. Now, Guru, here's where the breakdown comes in, Ashtray and Guru. I don't know if people are really thinking, but this is what I thought. And Ryan McCaffrey, to my surprise, thought the same thing. Because I said this way before the show happened, right? So here is my take. And with this conversation was between me and Sixlayer. But I was telling him, I said, Call of Duty used to come out every year, right? The deal was 3 Call of Duties, but this one too, Modern Warfare 2. They're getting Modern Warfare 2, but they're also getting the next 3 Call of Duties, right? We all understand that. That's the contract agreement. Now watch this, y'all. They're getting the first one, but there's no Call of Duty next year for the first time in a long time. So they're going to lose money regardless. The losing money starts next year. And then who's to say the next one comes out the next year? We don't know. All we know is Microsoft says we're going to get 3 games out. Now they might take a year off, and I'm pretty sure it may be 2 years. They drop another one, right? Who's to say they'll take another year off? Every year that Call of Duty isn't redone, right? Sony's losing money.
Yep.
I just want everybody to think about that.
Yep.
Year to year, right? So let's just put it like this. They get Modern Warfare 2, right?
Yep.
A year, they take off a year, right? Guru and Ashtray?
Yep.
That's 2023. There's no Call of Duty for them next year. let's just say 2024, they get one. And let's just say because of that year, Phil says, do y'all think y'all could double up? And they say, oh, Phil, of course, man. Thank you for that year. Thank you for that break. We got you 2 right now. So let's just say 2024, they drop 2, like boom, boom. So you're looking at 25. You only got 1 more left. Let's just say Microsoft takes another year off. And here it is, 2026, when Wolverine's supposed to drop, right?
Mm-hmm.
You drop it for the last final blow. That's the end of the generation. And look, what it does, y'all, I want everybody to understand this. This is why Phil is such a genius. It's why we get so mad at him. But Phil, remember what we used to say about Phil? He's a chess player. What does chess players do? They make a move based off of 10 moves ahead of time. So Phil is looking at it like this. Yeah, right now, it looks like I'm this weak guy. Yeah, just kumbaya. But y'all know I really know what's going on, right? I hear Jim Ryan mocking me, right? That's not cool. He's losing his cool points with me. So I've already told him, right, in secret. See, I already told him in secret that he's only getting 3 more Call of Duties. So Phil had already dropped the hammer of Thor on him. What we saw Jim Ryan do was an act of desperation to try to knock the integrity of Phil Spencer, like he's this dude that comes out here lying in negotiations. Phil's never been known for that. So that didn't look right. Plus, you're looking at the guy who actually co-signs for blocking games off of Xbox anyway. Blocking games. Spider-Man's, the Final Fantasies. We can name more, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Destiny stuff, the Call of Duty stuff, any kind of way to keep things off of Xbox, Jim Ryan's been gun-ho about. So even they said it's kind of funny that it's Jim Ryan saying this stuff. Like if it was anybody else from Sony, okay, maybe it would have been like, wow, ooh. But it's Jim Ryan saying it. It looks stupid as hell. Because, dude, you're the guy that does this stuff. How are you crying about the same things that you do on a regular basis?
Exactly, man. And it's not just exclusive games; it's exclusive content. I mean, we're seeing it now. I mean, this week, we know all about the Modern Warfare early access that they're getting, the extra what is it? Extra game that they thing that they get in
Call of Duty maps and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
all that's gone.
They're always doing that kind of stuff, and to have kind of to your point, legal. If they've given an extra 3 years, they only have to drop 1 game in there, don't they? Realistically,
that's right. Realistically,
and that's all.
Yeah,
they
think
get.
about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What people are skipping over is the that game they showed at State of Play, which is called something Steel. What's that game? Someone tell me. But it was originally called, I think, Project Eve, and it was a multiplat. Now Sony, so it was a multiplat game. Now Sony, so it was advertised, the same game was advertised as a multiplat game. Now Sony are publicising it. They've changed the name, and now it's exclusive to PlayStation. So how is that any different from Call of Duty? I'm lost.
Yeah.
On top of so it was a multiplat game, and they've literally just took it off it being multiplat now, just because Sony now throw money behind it and made it multiplat, made it exclusive. So it's exactly the same as Call of Duty, except Phil said, "I'm going to give you basically 5 years before we make this exclusive." So I've already give Jim a heads up that in 5 years' time, this game might be exclusive. So you've got
that's true.
Yeah. Whereas there's no warning for these exclusives and things that continues coming out from Jim. I don't get I really don't get where he's come from, his angle. But anyone that supports his angle.
But Guru, I want to make this stamp. I want to make this stamp on all the PlayStation fans out there that think that Microsoft needs your platform to survive. This is the realization right here. Going forward, after this generation, you don't have Call of Duty anymore. You're going to have to, and Phil made this, look, you go on my Twitter, he's already said it. They done made games for Xbox available to everybody. So this whole notion that you can't play Call of Duty is dead. He said it. You can go online, go to Xbox games and play Xbox games. You have way of cloud. You do not have to buy an Xbox. So eventually after this generation, you're gonna have to make your mind up just how much you like COD, because that's what it's gonna come down to. How much you like COD. Because you're gonna go where you play that game, and you can't get mad at Microsoft because they put $70 billion on this. They don't care about your feelings, bro. This is competition. And Phil said that today. He said Tencent and them have way more games than us. He even said Sony. He says Sony in the gaming space makes way more money than us. And it's true. Every year, we look at the year to year. Right now, Sony makes about $6 billion more than Microsoft. It's like 21 to 16 or 22 to 16 right now. So it's all facts. So anybody thinking that Microsoft is hurting Sony or Nintendo or anybody else, that's false. What you need to understand is Microsoft is just getting started.
Oh yeah, they're winding up. You can see that they're it's like baseball where you see the wrist, the hand winding up for the big ball.
That's right.
But I just want to cover some of the people. Stellar Blade, that's the name. Stellar Blade. It was Project E before, wasn't it? Now it's Stellar Blade. Literally just name changed it as if no one will remember. There's that was a different game. I don't remember. Yeah, they've literally changed the name. And as Tryhard said, Sony is really said now Sony has published the game, or Sony is Tryhard. No, Sony helped with the funding. Yes, they helped with the funding. So is now excusable because Sony helped with the funding of the game? That's now okay to make a multiplayer game exclusive. If so, what's the argument with Call of Duty then being exclusive to the Xbox? Because they will own the company, own the studio. So what's the difference?
Exactly right. So Microsoft is funding all ABK games with the $68.7 billion that they're paying for it. That's their funding towards that. It's just on a larger scale. Sony's been doing it for a decade, 20 plus years they've been doing this sort of shit. They've been locking things behind exclusivity. And this is just being done in one foul swoop. But it's the same damn thing that Sony's been doing. Yep. So tough luck, get over it.
That's right.
I like to capitalise on that because you say that they've just bought one publisher. Let's just remind ourselves that Sony have also put hundreds of millions into Epic Games, which is a publisher.
That's right.
For shares and sort of rights into their games. They've also recently done the same to Square Enix. They've actually give funding to them. They give them bought 15% shares in Square Enix, haven't they recently? Which is a publisher.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone cover me on that? Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
They recently bought 15% shares in Square Enix, which is the publisher.
I'm sorry. Not 50%. I'm saying not 50%. I think it was 13 or 14%. The other person got like 60 because there's another company. They can never have. They can't now because this other company got like over 50% of it. So they can never. Right.
Yeah, right. But as I'm saying, so Sony are buying percentages of shares in publishers. They're not buying publishers up because they can't afford them, so they're buying percentage shares. But you can't then punish Xbox for saying, "Oh, you can buy publishers, it's not fair. You can buy publishers, it's not fair." Whereas Sony can only buy shares in them.
Right.
What kind of argument is that? Sony's been buying into publishers for years, and nothing's been said. Right. Xbox completely buys out a publisher because they can afford it, and it's unfair all of a sudden. I don't get the logic behind it. And I just want to cover Dalton to see what he said here. If you where is it? If you care, I lost that. If you care that much about Final Fantasy, buy the game. Stop relying on Game Pass for everything.
If you care, hang on. If you care about Call of Duty, buy a fucking Xbox.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah, or even I would care Final Fantasy if it was on Xbox, but I can't buy something that's not on Xbox. So I don't know what to do there, Daltonus. You're saying buy the game on Xbox, but it's not on Xbox. So how can I buy it? You know what I mean? If it was in Game Pass, I'd try it. Like all these games, all these other developers that are now dropping their games on Game Pass because they're not being supported on PlayStation, obviously, because that's the logic you go with. They're not being supported on Game Pass, PlayStation. So now they're on PlayStation. So now I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? Because they're on Game Pass, I'm gonna try them because they're on Game Pass. That's how Game Pass works.
That's right, Guru.
Yeah, that's right. Now you're seeing how that works. Now I'm gonna try them. I might not like them, or I might like them. But that'd be my opinion. That'd be my choice. And if I like them, then I might buy them. There we go. So,
Guru, that's right.
Yeah. I can't play them until they're in my system.
What's up,
Guru,
Lee?
So that's how it works.
game-
That's how it physically works.
The game ain't even on Xbox. What is it?
I don't know what to do. Play it on Xbox. I can't. All right.
We can't.
That's like saying,
we can't,
right? Why don't PlayStation fans
We
support
can't,
Halo?
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Right. Exactly. They do it to
Shit.
themselves, man. We're not doing it. You're doing it to yourselves.
Shit.
Right. Shit.
Shit.
Golly,
Well,
man.
what's that next topic?
Damn.
While we're fire.
Right.
While
Right.
we're hot.
What's the next topic? Exactly.
Give it.
Oh, okay.
Bonnie Ross.
Ubisoft boss indicates its big AAA games will adopt a $70 price point from Skull and Bones onwards.
I'm not mad.
That's going to make Skull and Bones sink.
Right.
Irrelevant.
That's right.
Irrelevant.
Of course.
The Sea of
I'm not
Thieves
mad
killer.
at it. You know why? You know why
Why?
we're not mad at it? Because we gonna get them on Game Pass.
Oh, shit.
Let's be honest, if it was on Game Pass, we'd play it.
Yeah.
And everyone in the chat, including the PlayStation fans that have an Xbox and Game Pass, would play it. I want to see, don't I? So you're going to buy Skull and Bones for £70? Oh, you're going to buy? You're not. Let's be honest. If it was on Game Pass, you'd play it. Sea of Thieves. It's meant to be the Sea of Thieves killer. Remember, it's meant to come out the same year as Sea of Thieves. 5 years later.
Facts.
Yeah, who's going to play this game? It still looks awful.
It's too funny.
Gameplay, it still looks bad. It still looks last gen, like really massively last gen. It still looks awful. It looks like that. What's it going? That Forsaken. It looks like that level.
Well, Elite, it's really just not a good idea to put a brand new IP up at $70. They should have launched it at 60 US, and because it's new. The people are going to be very fickle about it too, right? So if it's straight up brand new, no one really knows much about it. Yeah, there's videos you can see and gameplay and stuff, but no one's actually played it. It's not an existing franchise, and it's going to come out at 70. That's going to turn a lot of people away straight off the bat, right?
Yeah.
But that's going to be the first in a long list of Ubisoft games, which means besides Mirage, which they've said is going to be 50 because it's a smaller game, the other Assassin's Creed games are going to all be 70. You know, all the other Ubisoft games that they do, which will be your car racing games, like everything that they do is going to be at that $70 price point. They've put the line in the sand now. They probably won't retract this at all. So what does that mean for Xbox going forward too?
And just a reminder, Ubisoft do drop a lot of games that are like silent games that just go under the radar you've not even heard of. Remember that game I was playing recently, which got cancelled? The roller skating one, which is what's the game?
I don't
PlayStation.
think the rollerball one or whatever.
Rollerball, yeah.
That hasn't been cancelled yet.
The Ubisoft one has.
I don't think it actually ended up getting
Cancelled. Cancelled.
Oh.
Ubisoft one.
We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but anyway.
Nobody was playing. I'm pretty sure it has been. Nobody was playing it. But that's a game that was just under the radar. No one was playing it. But I played it. I've actually quite enjoyed it. But it's just one of those games they just silently put out. I don't think anyone's even heard of it. They silently put out, and it was like, put this game out. It's just see how many MTs we can make from this. And it was a fun game, but you don't want to put money into it. I'm pretty sure it's cancelled. I thought we talked about that because I said, I was just getting into that game. I really enjoyed it, and I thought they said they cancelled it.
Yeah, no, I don't think they did, man. But anyway,
it's because there's a game on PlayStation that's just released. It's another rollerball game, isn't there? Which is can't get confused that one. What's that one? Yeah, I think that one is called Rollerball or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, expect any Ubisoft game after Skull and Bones to be $70 for your Far Cry series, your Rainbow Six games. What else? Watch Dogs, if they do another Watch Dogs. Yeah, that Avatar game that got delayed. What's that? Frontiers? Yeah. Frontiers of Pandora?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm just gonna come out and say it. Anyone else agree with me? Chat. Anyone in chat agree with me? Is Ubisoft overrated? I know Ashtray is just probably upset right now. He's a big
No,
Ubisoft
well,
fan.
look, at the end of the day, I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I like The Division. I don't like all the games. I never really got into Watch Dogs myself, so I'll pick and choose which games I buy, and there's no harm in buying it a couple of months down the track from launch, where it's a little bit of a discount anyway, just to stick it to them. So I'm happy to do that. But Legal, what do you think? Do you play many Ubisoft games?
Assassin's Creed. I mean, that's pretty much
Is
it.
it?
That's about it.
That is their leading franchise.
That's pretty much it.
And even those are. Yeah. No, because I'm biased. I don't know like single player games. But I mean, do you guys like Assassin's Creed? Are they good? Are they still good? Are they?
Yeah.
They're
decent. Yeah, they're good.
Is it getting dry? Is the series getting dry? Is it getting boring to play?
Not for me, man. Valhalla was my favorite. And it's the most recent as well. Yeah. I've sunk almost 400 hours into that. So for me, no.
Are you looking forward to the new one?
Yeah.
Which is delayed. The new one's delayed, isn't it? Yeah. You looking forward to that one?
Mirage is coming out next year, and then I think the Red, which is the
the Red Code or something like that. Yeah,
will be the following year. So no, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But that is their leading franchise, and I think everything else on the side they're not very good at. It was almost like they had their main team just working on Assassin's Creed, and they just got some guys. Some regulars on the sides, sort of thinking, what can we do? And they go, yeah, just make, I don't know, a roller skating game, and like you guys make a pirate game. It's like, I just feel like it's like Ubisoft. I don't know. I don't rate him as a studio, a publisher, to be honest. But I know you guys do. But I wouldn't. I don't think Xbox. A lot of people saying, "Yeah, Xbox buy Ubisoft." I don't think Xbox should buy Ubisoft. I don't think that would be one of their pushes. I don't think if Xbox bought Ubisoft, it would drag people to Game Pass. Personally, I don't think their games are enough to drag people into Game Pass. I don't think. Well, they just say nobody buys a console or anything for Ubisoft games.
I'm sure there probably will be people out there that would, but I think. Look, at some point in time, the Ubisoft Plus or a version of it will probably come to Game Pass anyway. So we'll probably end up getting those games through that.
Yeah. Ubisoft Shield.
So
you work for Ubisoft. That's what you'd hear on Twitter right now. You work for Ubisoft. They pay you.
yeah. Say anything positive about a company, and you work for them. Yeah,
that's right.
You work for them, and they pay you money. That'd be great. That was true. It'd be fantastic.
Now, I don't know. I'm kind of sick to death of it, but do we want to talk about Bonnie Ross's departure from 343 Industries?
He's left.
I would. Right, there you go. Beautiful response. Yeah.
Let me just check my DMs.
Yeah, go look on the internet. Yeah, go look on the internet. Make sure check it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you must have messaged me. I didn't miss that one.
Well, look, it's not a bad thing, right?
Right. It's no. It's not a bad.
Yeah. What about what Gaz wrote on the Twitter about he confused Bonnie Ross with Sarah
He did that on purpose. But yeah.
Did he? Yeah. I don't think he did.
Yes, of course he did.
Because he sent a message after saying sorry.
Nah, he did it on purpose, man.
I don't know. But so Bonnie Ross leaving a 343. Everybody, what have you got to say about this? So yes. That's what I've got.
Next topic.
Right.
No. It's been done. I think personally, well, there was obviously I didn't have any problems with the game, to be honest. The campaign was perfect. It was fine. I didn't have any issues with the campaign. I think 343 would be doing a great job. I liked Halo 5 campaign. I liked Infinite campaign, and the multiplayer games. I don't really play them too much multiplayer. They're not my kind of style of multiplayer games. Though I did like Halo Infinite multiplayer, and I thought it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. What put me off was there wasn't enough what's it? It's like we're getting COD with it, sort of the protects. I think against cheats and stuff like that. And I think there's a lot of that. There's a lot of hacks and cheats going on in the game. That's what put me off. Other than that, I thought the multiplayer was fine. I had never had an issue with it. So and I can understand people saying that there wasn't enough support on maps, wasn't enough support on this, wasn't enough support on that. I get that issue. Game wise, if you look at the fundamentals of what the developers doing, I don't think there's anything wrong. There was no bugs, flaws, or things out of it. Yeah, I think maybe to support there wasn't enough maps and things like that. So I wouldn't. When people saying sack free for free, I think that's harsh. But I don't think they've been doing a bad job in way of that. But yeah, I think they need to keep up with their promises. You know, they're making promises and not keep up with them, and then probably need a new leader in charge. So that's my take.
Legal, do you want to say anything on it, or you good?
At this point, anything further, they're gonna have to talk to my agent.
Well, apparently it's not just Bonnie Ross leaving. Apparently there's a couple more leaving soon, or there's already been one more announcement. But they do obviously need to shake it up. There's an internal issue. That's going to take. I think it's going to take a few years, like 5 years, to turn it around. They've had this roadmap that they planned originally. It's fallen really far behind. There just hasn't been enough content. So I played the multiplayer, and I've played the campaign as well. The campaign was fairly flawless. Multiplayer hasn't had enough. It's had a few little issues here and there, but it hasn't had enough content, and that's the biggest problem most people are having with it, is this lack of content. They wanted to do this live service game, and it's their first one, and they've pretty much failed at it. You need to be bringing out content constantly, and I know it takes time for this to happen, but they should have been planning for this a long time ago and been firing on all cylinders. They keep talking about having devs that are on contract and all that, and they can't renew their contracts, or they've left, or some of them were Russian and they're not working with Russia anymore, and all this sort of stuff. This is excuse after excuse after excuse. Get the team happening. Don't worry about contractors. Apparently it's like 500 or 600 in the team itself. Get them working, firing on all cylinders, get them working properly. But I think they need to go back to basics, in all seriousness. People will disagree with this. People will be like, they can't do it, it's too late. There'll be all sorts of things back and forth, and that's fine. Leave your comments in the section, in the chat there. But in my opinion, they need to try and dedicate a small team to trying to get some content out quickly. But they need to start working on a new game. They need to scrap this, and they need to start on a whole new game and not try and do a live service game. They just need to try and do a really killer, brand new Halo game with the multiplayer all intact from launch. Not bringing it out in separate iterations and have it all separate. Just do it go back old school and do it the way it used to be done. It can't be that hard. They've got the blueprints. They've got the majority of all of this here in front of them now. Just go and start fresh. That's what I think needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they get the Activision deal, I think they should just free for free, keep them on for the campaign, because I think they're fine with that. I don't think there's an issue with that. But just pass the multiplayer on to Treyarch or something like that, or Sledgehammer or something like that. One of the side divisions that do the Call of Duty games. Give them the multiplayer. Just say you just do multiplayer. That is it.
Because they don't do bad on campaign. Yeah, you're right. They don't do bad on campaign.
Yeah. I don't think there's been problem with their campaigns. They're just not very good at multiplayer. And I think just pass the multiplayer onto a completely different team that just do multiplayer, which would be the Activision teams, which would be perfect. And I think they'll be rolling then, especially if you have 343 working with Treyarch on multiplayer for Halo going forward. That'd be fantastic. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I think what pisses people off though is the fact that it's just been lackluster, and the communication's been sort of a little bit messy. There's been a lot of people leaving. One person trying to do what looks like three people's jobs.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't do it, and no one, even if you've got a vision and stuff, there's just so many hours in a day that you can attend to each section of that job, and clearly she couldn't do it. So I understand you need managers under you that can take direction and do the right things, and people to keep an eye on each team, graphics, art, mechanics, whatever. But that clearly wasn't happening, and hopefully they're cleaning house a little bit. Hopefully they can, look back and restructure some things and just go back to basics. But I don't know. Everyone's got their opinions on it. A lot of people get really, emotional about it. I just want a good game, and I just want everything to work well the way it was cohesively, and multiplayer is part of that. So the campaign was good. Yes, it was short. They've always been fairly short anyway. And they had to strip some stuff out of the campaign to launch it, which was a little upsetting. And going back to just real quick, I've said it before, they should have just made this game on the old engine just to get a game out for launch for the console, and they had used all that time, all of this gen, to launch this vision that they wanted on next gen hardware.
Of Halo. I don't understand why they rushed it, man. I just don't. Because to me, he's right. I said this too. Once it didn't come out day one with the console, there was no need to rush this game after that. That was the first failure.
Yep.
So now just take your time, complete the game. I just didn't understand that. You're right, man. I don't understand that one. I don't. I really don't, man.
Listen to that, people. Xbox gamers giving Xbox negative feedback.
Right, exactly. Made you feel better. Made you feel better.
Which some Halo fans don't like, but tough luck. It is what it is. You can't hide under a rock.
And I've never been a big Halo fan. I don't really like Halo, to be honest.
I'm a big Halo fan.
Fraud.
Yeah, I've not
You're a fraud.
Right.
Is that what you're saying? That's all I can hear.
Yeah, gaming. Yeah, you play Fortnite. Shut up.
So,
and now you've got Dealer and the guys into it. You just slowly it's sort of some sort of a horrible cult that you're getting everyone into Fortnite.
The only one I need to turn next is the blue one, and he's definitely against it. But I'll keep working on it.
He dresses for the part, but he's got to get. I just before we go on to the next topic, I think we've got another topic, haven't we? I'll say it as
I might have cleared them up. What we got?
Do we have anything left?
I was doing good. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember now.
We've got one topic left, but I don't know. It's console hacker reveals PS4/PS5 exploit that is essentially unpatchable.
I was going to do a shout out. First, everyone.
I know nothing about this. I can't wait to see what you got to say about this. I've not heard this.
Well, this is breaking news. But before we kick into this, Astro Gaming.
Yeah, sorry.
I just want to do a quick shout out to the everyone in chat. To Smitty Smith, Others Inc. Still with us, Dauntless, Try Hard Fan. Wow. Bigger Shrek. Who else we got? We've got C Roll 40. That's a great name. I think that's one of those names that pop up in when I go through porn. We've got. I think that's it. I think everyone's just left. Everyone's just bored and left. I hope you're still listening though. Everyone, please drop a like and remember to share on Twitter. Let's get as many people in as possible. Here's you back. See you all 40. Thanks for the shout out. Yes. Oh no, I'll shout you out. We always shout out a crowd. It's great to have people that are active and vocal. We love it. Who was going to say? I was going to say something else. Yes, please drop a sub and a share out to the panel. Not just myself, even though I'm the better one. But drop it out to Astro Gaming and Lou Legal. And drop a like and a share on Twitter. Let's get as many people as can as possible. And we've got the Smitty Smith. Right, let's get on to our last topic of the evening. Go on then.
Did you say Smitty Smith? Smitty Smith in the building? Smitty Smith. I can't shake him, man. I can't shake him.
You got your fans, man. They're out there.
Yo, shout out to the shit chat community out there, man. Thanks for coming in here, giving support to my homies, man. The Guru and the Ashtray, man.
Ashtray.
Straight up. Yes, sir.
Yes, man, sir. We appreciate you coming on as a guest. I know since I've been on the show. You've been on. This is your second time now since I've been on,
Right.
and really appreciate it, man, for sure.
Oh, no problem, man.
Love your takes on all the topics. You're very passionate about Xbox and gaming in general. And as I said earlier, I try and catch your shows when I can, and I love to hear you guys talking about gaming and what's right and wrong with the industry, what's good, what's bad, and you've always got a lot to say, man. Always got a lot to say.
Yep. Same here. The one thing that I wish I could do like you guys could do is get those notes down, man, and just run through them. I've always been terrible at that. That's why I be freelancing. But hey, we all do what we do good, man. And I love coming here, man. Like I said, man, this is like my, what is it? No, this is like my second or third home, man. I love it over here, man. So you know, yeah, you guys, Australia, New Zealand, the UK's always been kind to me, man. The UK goes back with me all the way to years too. So I got deep roots in the UK, man. Those dudes over there don't play around, and it's just love, man. I'm always around. Y'all know how to get a hold of me anytime you need some help, man. Anytime anybody gets sick, I had to mess with Panda. Y'all just hit me up, man. Just hit me up. I'm always a good rover, man.
You don't want to get what Red Panda's got right now. You get welts and and it just rashes where places that you should yeah.
You're terrible. You're terrible.
Man, y'all, he's hard on her. Oh man, he's hard on her, man.
She loves it. It looked like an innie.
Well, Lee, is there anything you want to
good work, brother?
Is there anything you want to talk about other than this console hacking?
No, go for it, Red. Go for it.
I'm ready to hear this. Man. Thank you for sending me that link too, Ashtray. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, man. So apparently there's an exploit because there's emulation in sort of their backwards compatibility that they have on PS3, 4, and 5 to play PS2 games, and apparently they can go in and rewrite code that the system believes that is real code, and essentially get you a wall into then doing anything you really want, apparently. So to get control of the emulator, the hacker can theoretically make use of the number of known exploits that exist in decades-old PS2 games. So they're basically using that old code that exists within it to get access to certain areas in the system. That's pretty bad, and it actually makes me wonder, is that a potential issue on Xbox with their back compat? Or is Xbox's code, sort of rewritten? Because it could put eyes on that. But look, anyway, that's a question we can sort of maybe talk about later. But this hacker's been doing this sort of stuff for a very long time, and he even, once he found this exploit, put it to Sony and PlayStation. I think it was over a year ago, and that he hasn't heard anything back from them apparently, and they haven't patched the issue, which he says is kind of unpatchable anyway. So I don't know how much damage can really be done with this, but exploits are exploits, and they're not a good thing when you're trying to get things happening. Yeah. Anyone, Elite, you're probably still reading the article, but it only just dropped. I only saw it, I think, last night, so I quickly threw it in as a topic.
No, I thought legal was to say something. I mean, I think you get quite a lot of these exploits on Sony side, to be honest. And I don't think they've ever done. They've always kept quiet about this kind of things, and I don't think they've really cared, because I think it cost them more money that they don't have to spend money. Let's be honest. And so I imagine they just won't say anything. Just let it happen. It's like, do you remember that time with the people that sort of they started making even the cases for the PS5s. They made those cases, and then Sony didn't say anything until they started making more money than Sony, and it was like, stop making these things. Do you remember those?
Oh, the D brand, yeah.
Yeah, D brand, and Sony didn't care until they started making more money than Sony. It was like, yeah, stop doing this. I don't think Sony tend to do anything until they sort of feel like they're missing out on some cash. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's
It's hard,
I've really got no.
it's hard to say what it really means at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But like I said, any gap that's in the system, any exploits can always be. I mean, these guys know what they're doing, right? They're professional hackers. People hack Apple products as well, and then they send Apple the exploits for them to patch it, and that's how they get patched. Essentially, how it all works. So these guys get paid to do this sort of thing and find these exploits. It's just not a good look, and
it's not.
It just goes to show that they need to do something. So if they're exploiting old PS2 code from games, they need to find a workaround or something, or a different way of emulation, or a kernel or something that could fix it.
Sony's always had bad security on their systems, and they're renowned. They don't care much for their systems. But the only thing that concerns me about things like this, if you allow this to happen, is about the whole backwards compatibility as well. Because you've had sort of various people come out and said, yeah, you're allowed to, you can play on your PS5, you can play this game and this game and this game by doing this and doing this and doing this. But then Sony is saying, oh no, you can't do that because whatever, you have to get your games through PS Now, isn't it, to play backwards compatible games? So that's my only question is about when it comes to backwards compatibility, that Sony charge for backwards compatibility, saying the games can't run on their system. But then you get people that just come out and saying, well, through this hack you can play old games on your system. So that's my only sort of concern about it, really.
Indeed.
But as you said, it's not like it's like a major topic. We just jump on it because it's a new big topic. Not big topic. It's just a topic that's just come out, and we just wanted to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we'll be probably the first podcast to talk about it.
Yeah, just know
that's
that.
awesome.
Any podcast you mention it from this day on, and know more knowledge about, you learn it from here on. To quote us. They were better than they are.
Yeah, they'll feature it on RDX for sure. Now that they've
It's all good. Won't have anything to talk about and mention it.
Well, I think that's it for our topics this week.
I'm done.
Yeah. There was a few, but I mean, if Red was here, we'd still be talking about the first topic. So
that's it. Yeah, we had loads of topics last week. I think we had about 10 topics last week, didn't we? And we really got through about 7.
We got through about 7 of them, I think.
Tim Dog and Red just chatting, weren't they? At one point, weren't they? We were like, "Oh, should we just log off? Just play WhatsApp, or just log off and play something else."
Yeah.
We had loads of topics last week, and now this week, it just flowed well, went well.
Indeed. Well, I think we'll call it a day.
Yeah. As Try Hard fan, it was a great week for gaming. Yeah, bit of a quiet week. I mean, we had obviously the Tokyo Game Show and State of Play. In news-wise, been a bit dull and boring. But yeah, we had those 2 shows, and I think both of them were good shows. And yeah, both of them showed lots of great games. I'd just like to see more first-party games. I want to see more of what we're seeing from those companies specifically. I want to see what we're seeing more from Xbox. Those Tokyo Game Show was obviously aimed at that market. You can't really demand more from them, but I just want to see, and I don't think we'll see that now until the Jeff Keighley show in November. Which what's his name? The Jeff Keighley show. He's called it something else, isn't he? To hide that it's actually Jeff Keighley show. What's the Jeff Keighley show in November?
Well, he's not going to call it the Jeff Keighley show, right?
No, he calls it something else. But it's the Jeff Keighley show. But he's renamed it, hasn't he? Repatented it something else. What's the show?
I don't know, man.
November. The Game Awards show. Yeah, the Game Awards show. Yeah, so the Game Awards show in November is I think we will see all the big hitters. He's almost made it as a new Gamescom, hasn't he? So I think that's what all the first party studios are holding out for now is Gamescom. So sadly enough, thanks to Jeff, you twat.
Oh man! All right. Well, look, guys. Thanks for watching the episode 70 of the Gamers Initiative podcast with our special guest, the new Legal. You can catch this every Friday night in the UK at 10 p.m. I believe it still is. We're going to have daylight savings coming up in the next couple of weeks. So currently it's 7 a.m. Saturday morning Australian Eastern time. No, it gives us more.
Yeah, it's fake news.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, everybody. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
It's fantastic having you. Me and S-Train both enjoyed having you.
Of course.
Oh, man, no doubt. I love it, man. It's funny stuff, good times, man, good talks, man. Everybody keep that energy up. Keep that gaming going on, man. Keep this Xbox community strong. Appreciate every last one of y'all, man. Thank you, bro.
Tell everyone where they can find you, when your shows are on, all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. It's kind of difficult when we do shows because we're breaking news. We wanted to be different, so anytime we see something crazy, we want to go live as soon as possible and shake up some things. So just keep an eye out. I usually throw a few bat signals out, man, on Twitter, let everybody know, or I'll put something in the community box on YouTube. Just to let you know I'm going in. Sometimes we get it done. Sometimes we don't. But by now the community pretty much knows that about me. You can catch me on Direct Gaming. If you don't know how to spell that, just look at my gamer tag on Twitter. The new Legal. You can type that in on YouTube and it'll take you right to my page on YouTube. So don't worry. All you gotta do is get my gamer tag and just type it in. Or you can catch me on Twitch. You can catch the new Legal, just like it sounds, all capital letters with underscores between all three names. So PHE_NEW_LEGAL, all caps. You catch me there. I'm around, man. I'm around. Most of them on Twitter. Just having fun with these guys, man, and everybody else. So that's where y'all catch me at, man.
Awesome, man. Well, Chuck Legal's YouTube link in the description. And guys, when you sub to his channel, when you check it out, make sure you hit those notification buttons so when Legal goes live, you won't miss out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Elite, where can we find you, sir? Besides the dumpster.
The dumpster, which is known as Twitter, and here, where you already are. So that's it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Let's get you up to 1,000 subs. Like,
I want to get 1,000. Yeah, I'd like to get 1,000. Please, guys. We seem worse. This is what irritates me. I'm just going to have a rant here now. Silence.
Well, before you do, I'm surprised you're even at 500.
Thanks. POS. Why? Well, you should be surprised when you see some of the channels out there that are on like 12k subs.
Oh my god!
The shit they deliver.
Shit.
They basically just do a YouTube channel off their phone at their mum's house. With no gameplay, just the same background, and at least we make an effort. All three of us make an effort. That's what I don't grasp. We make an effort and put a lot of effort into our YouTube channels. It's guys, their mums,
hang on,
their phone.
Your live show only had one background until I came along.
That's Red's fault. She's useless. I said get rid of her.
I was like,
she's like no keeper because she makes the coffee.
I was like, what are you guys doing for the last 6 to 8 months? There was a static image, and that was it.
That's Red's fault.
Oh shit.
No, No, to be honest, now our thing's now up to the level RDX. We've basically got every RDX has gone. How many subs they got, and their show shit. Yeah, I've watched it. It's very average.
Damn, man.
Oh yeah,
that's harsh.
Fucking hell. Tim Dog's had a decent one. That's why we got him.
You're terrible.
Thank you for watching. Please come back.
Yes, sir.
Please don't be put off by a Stray's rant.
I'm just calling you out, man. That's all.
That's right. We've got in the chat. We've got Riskit for the biscuit, who's late. Old Limp Biscuit.
He just woke up. Leave him alone.
Is he? Why just woke up?
What do you mean? Why? It's only 5 minutes to 9 in the morning, man, on a Saturday.
Only 5 minutes slime. What you been doing before that? Shit. I thought it was a gamer. Shit.
Damn, man.
It's true what Red Dead Panda said about him. Right, anyway, go on then. Are we going?
Well, yeah. So you can find me on Twitter, Xbox, anywhere, YouTube, all at Ashtray Gaming. It's pretty straightforward. I'd like to have everything uniform, so it's easy for you guys to find me and for me to remember as well. So that's the main thing.
Got a new YouTube channel now, which I have to change all my thingy for.
My last video, which was about 3 weeks ago, has done 2.2k views, which is my biggest
Nice.
ever. So I appreciate everyone for checking that out. Yeah.
Nice.
Who watched that then?
What?
Who watched that then? No, people with no lives. Who was watching that?
yeah, exactly.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah.
They must have clicked it by mistake, I imagine.
Well,
Did you link me in it? Is that why?
I think you're right, Elite. They clicked on it by accident and forgot to click off it.
You wrote my name there as clickbait.
But look, I'm proud of that video. I want to do more, but it's hard to fit it in with all the gaming, and gaming's more important than videos. So that's
Yes, sir.
and always will be. But yeah, very happy with that. I gained 10 subs out of it, so I'm at 109. So I got over 100 subscribers, which I'm proud of.
Nice.
So yeah, just a little channel, but hey, I'm growing slowly and learning a lot as I'm going too, man. So building out confidence up and learning more about how to edit things and make thumbnails. My thumbnails are pretty good, man. I'm pretty happy with that.
Is this a long story or?
All right, we're gonna get out of here. Elite needs to take a shit. Clearly. All right. Peace out, everyone.